And we are back here at the Doghouse Racing League Next Gen Cup Thursday night series as we get everything caught up at the Darlington Throwback 100. Up front is Jonathan Jennings, the number 91 machine, showing as your race leader. And so far, things look to be going good here. Everybody rocking and rolling, not having any issues as of yet. Thank you as always for tuning in. I'm your host, James Dees, bringing the action today, P60 frames a second. On behalf of the Team Goon Squad Broadcasting Network. 7 laps into this 73-lap main event.
Wreck.
And it looks like we are going to have a caution come out early on. It's going to be Joey Beck tied up in that one.
Good save on that.
See what happened.
That was a good save.
First, though, we're going to run a very brief commercial break. We'll be right back. All right, we've got things fixed there. Let's take a look, see what happened to Joey Beck. The 119 machine bringing out the first caution of the night. Looks like he goes down low, gets loose, coming out of 4, around she goes. The field able to snake by there. The driver of the 119 able to keep it nice and relatively clean. A single car incident. That is our first caution of the night. It's going to be Andrew St. Cyr in the top spot, the number 12 machine. Jonathan Jennings running second. He's up 3 positions. Kevin Powell's in third. You got Hunter Simpson, Kevin Thompson rounding out the top 5. As always, thank you to our fans, friends, and family tuning in from across the world, supporting the league, supporting the broadcast here. And let's see if anybody's going to come down pit road. Looks like Kevin Thompson, Adam Gardner, Matthew Powell, Joey Beck, Christopher Simon, all down pit road. Now, Eric Peck did not start here tonight. Now, we talked to drivers such as Bill Gentry as well as Justin McMahon earlier tonight. Not very optimistic for how things are going to go here at Darlington. The track that's almost 8 lanes wide really only has about 1.5 lanes of racing surface that you can really go fast on. As we get ready to get them gridded up behind our iRacing safety car. Now, we are running open setups here at the Doghouse Racing Next Gen Cup Series. So some drivers will be set up for a long run. Other drivers will be set up just for the short run here this evening. I was trying to see who that was. A little bit of a blink. I think that was Hunter Simpson in the 33 machine. As we're stacked up, double file, it's Jonathan Jennings, Andrew St. Cyr on the front row, Hunter Simpson, Kevin Bowyer, second row, Matthew Nordberg, Chris Leftwich will be your third row. Looks like Kevin Thompson, number 21 machine, he's going to come back down pit road as we get them all filed up behind our iRacing safety car. And away we go as Andrew St. Cyr in the Advanced Auto Parts number 12 Ford Mustang, a massive launch right behind him. Kevin Powell, Jonathan Jennings jockeying for position. And it looks like some side-by-side action. Chris Leftwich, Hunter Simpson battling fiercely for fourth. As Simpson's going to hold on to it here. It looks like Leftwich had a bit of a moment. And a little bit further ahead, that's Kevin Powell. And Jonathan Jennings battling for second. Jennings moving up into second. Powell drops back to third. St. Cyr stretches legs out front, 3/10 ahead of the rest of the field. And going to try and get things going as quickly as he possibly can. They'll have 18 drivers out on track, 18 remaining on the lead lap. And I think if we get a green flag running, going here with Andrew St. Cyr out front, things are looking good to get clicking off relatively fast. Drivers run around about that 30-second mark here tonight. And here comes Jonathan Jennings looking up towards the inside line of St. Cyr. St. Cyr throwing a little bit of a block there off the bow of the 91. And no, sir, I want to keep the clean air in front of me. Extremely tough to make big passes as Jennings once again takes a look at the inside line. Not quite there, but there he goes side by side with St. Cyr. St. Cyr carrying a little bit more speed around the outside. Jennings not able to get the power down, coming out of 4. St. Cyr will hold on to it for a little while longer, maybe trying to force Jennings to use those tires up in the 91 machine. As Kevin Powell, Hunter Simpson, and hot pursuit, your top 4 drivers. Chris Leftwich round out the top 5. Hard Charger out on track. Looks like it's going to be Tyler Millette running 12th, the 94 machine. Good to see him coming out. I had the pleasure of calling a lot of different races he's been a part of. Talking a little bit further back, look at this 3-car battle. It's Leftwich, Nordberg, McMahon, all battling for the 5th place position. I think that's Nordberg up into the wall there in the 64 machine. Oh, and it's about to be a 4-car battle. Here comes Jeremiah Stutzman, the 71 Ford Mustang, wanting to squeeze a little bit further ahead here. Now your top 9 drivers all on their original tires. Actually, I don't think I see anybody who may have taken 4 yet. As Joey Beck running 10th, looks like he just fueled up that last pit stop on lap 9 under caution. As we check back in up front, Andrew St. Cyr has Jonathan Jennings breathing hot down his neck. Jennings has done 3 spots. St. Cyr qualified in the pole position, wants to hold on to it here. And it's going to be a tight one as James tries to get the momentum built up once more, trying to tuck in right behind St. Cyr. But he's got to be careful. If he makes any mistakes, Kevin Powell, Hunter Simpson are going to be right there to try and capitalize. A little bit further back, that's Justin McMahon taking it inside, no outside line against the number 13. That's Chris Leftwich. He's going to take over the 5th place spot, but we got something going on up ahead. St. Cyr had problems as he falls back to 4th. Let's see what happened to the number 12 machine. I heard the tire screeching out of my headset here. Does he get a little bit of help? Oh, a massive amount of net code. St. Cyr's got to be thankful to keep it pointing in the right direction. No fault of Jonathan Jennings. The sim just thinking, hey, there should be a car here. And then St. Cyr's going to have his work cut out for him, having to track back down Jennings, who has almost a 4/10 gap over Kevin Powell in 2nd, Hunter Simpson 3rd. St. Cyr is falling back to 4th, and Justin McMahon rounds out the top 5. Let's go a little bit further back in the field. A very busy battle for 12th. You've got Bill Gentry, the 34, Kevin Thompson, Stephen Bunamo, Matthew Powell, all in the fray here. As it looks like Christopher Simon, number 35 machine, he's going to come down pit road. And we got to go further back ahead. Justin McMahon has worked his way up into 4th, and St. Cyr's got problems. How did they save it? That's St. Cyr, Leftwich, and Stutzman. Oh my goodness. Rubbin is racing, and we've got it here a Thursday night at the Doghouse Racing League. Well done to the driver, especially St. Cor, able to save that. He's going to fall back to 7th, but the fact that he still has any forward momentum is an accomplishment in and of itself. As there goes Jeremiah Stutzman, the 71 machine. He's going to make it 5 spots gained so far. Joey Beck's had some sort of problems in the 119. I think he's going to come down pit road for another stop. Handing back to Kevin Powell. He's running second. Behind him, you can see Hunter Simpson right in tow, and just ahead in the equally red and white 91, that's Jonathan Jennings, your race leader. Now we got to report Joey Beck has taken a tow back to pit road, so he will most likely be putting it in the virtual hauler, done and out for the night. As Hunter Simpson, that 33 Chevrolet, wants to get a little bit higher up into podium contention. Now he's in a good spot. He's got about 1.6 seconds over Justin McMahon back and forth. But looking at the lap times, McMahon running about identical lap times of Simpson, as Simpson has a bit of a moment getting loose. That may give McMahon a chance to find some time here. He's 1.5 seconds back from the top 3 drivers. He really needs the podium to make it into the playoffs. Bill Gentry, William McKellar battling fiercely for the 12th place spot. McKellar up on the low line as Gentry runs a little bit higher line. No, there's Gentry going back down low, tucking in behind the 14 of McKellar. And really good racing all across the track here. Another case in point. Chris Leftwich, Andrew St. Cor, who's fighting tooth and nail to hold on, as well as Daniel Wilkerson, the number 78, backed by Shoney's. Holding on just inside the top 10, but St. Cor has problems up against the wall. There goes Wilkerson up the inside line, working his way up to 8th in the 78. And getting right back to that dominant high line. Like we said earlier on the broadcast, only about a lane and a half, as we just saw Leftwich, number 13 machine, tag the outside wall. As Leftwich is falling back to 9th. Gotta be careful as here comes Kevin Thompson, number 21. He wants a bit of redemption. He's down 7 spots from where he started. More and more drivers as the run progresses. They're going to get tight, start tagging that outside wall as Leftwich gets incredibly loose coming out of 4. Able to hold on to it. Now, I've had the pleasure of calling a whole lot of races to this track this week, and that is a very common occurrence, especially in the next-gen Cup cars from what I've been seeing. Very easy to get kind of snapped loose coming out of 2 and 4 as we see Leftwich have more problems than the 13 machine. As Wilkerson trying to fend off Kevin Thompson. Thompson came down pit road on lap 10, so feeling a little bit better, a little bit fresher out on track. Leftwich is going to come down pit road. As we check back in on race leader Jonathan Jennings. He has pulled a 1.1 second gap on Kevin Powell, the 93 machine. Hunter Simpson still sitting in 3rd. Now, Jennings, one of those drivers right now that absolutely does not want to see a caution come out, as he's got such a strong lead. And again, he is your current points leader. Jennings is about, let's see if I can check this right. I believe Jennings is about 60 points ahead of Kevin Thompson. Thompson on a comeback charge in the 21 machine has crawled his way back up into ninth, still 6 spots down from where he originally started. We got another battle, speaking of Kevin Thompson, forming up for 8th. Wilkerson has company from that 21 Ford Mustang. The Chevrolet of Wilkerson going to try and fend him off in that 78. As we get closer and closer to the halfway mark, but we show Tyler Millette involved in an incident, taking a tow back to pit road to avoid bringing the caution out. Let's see what happened to the 94 machine. Ooh, just absolutely drills the outside wall and the inside wall. He's hitting everything except the snack shack here at Darlington. And he takes a tow to pit road just to avoid bring out the caution. So well done on that account. So William McKellar also down pit road. As Jonathan Jennings just rocking and rolling in that 91, up 4 spots, a 1.6 second advantage over the rest of the field as we whittled it down to 12 drivers on the lead lap as we cross the halfway mark here tonight. Now, drivers do have a 60% fuel allotment that they are allowed to use here. It'll be interesting to see how the fuel runs shake out as we check back in on Daniel Wilkerson's number 78. He's about 6/10 off the back of Andrew St. Cyr, and he's got Kevin Thompson's 21 machine breathing down his neck. Less than a quarter of a second back. Thompson showed a lot of aggressiveness early on in this run. I do wonder if maybe he's burnt up a little bit too much fuel here. Excuse me, not fuel, burned up a little bit tire. Back up front, looks like we've got some drivers switching things up. Jonathan Jennings, Kevin Powell. Looks like Hunter Simpson all coming down pit road. Justin McMahon's going to stay out in the number 20 machine. Getting off cycle, as well as Matthew Nordberg, Jeremiah Stutzman, Andrew St. Cyr, and Daniel Wilkerson, who will all take over the top 5. We pull up the live timing and scoring tower on the left side of your screen. It looks like about the top 5 drivers have yet to come down pit road. Kevin Thompson in 6th. He came down pit road under caution on lap 10. And there's McMahon coming down pit road. Nordberg opting to stretch it out a little while longer here. As well as St. Cyr and Thompson and Stutzman, the 4 drivers out on track. I think Bill Gentry, the 34 machine, also staying out as long as he possibly can. Sounded like Nordberg tagged that outside wall as well. How long can the 64 machine go? Because there is a whole lot of drivers who are 1 lap down here. that are coming out on fresh tires underneath them. Bill Gentry, number 34, also coming down pit road for what could be his one scheduled stop of the evening. And there's Norberg down pit road. Now Stutzman's going to stretch his legs. The 71 machine going to get a lap led. Vancourt opting to stay out as well. And besides the early caution, things are looking pretty good, but this is where it could get dicey for your drivers as Jeremiah Stutzman, Andrew Sancour still staying out as long as they can. And you're going to have drivers out on track with different tire strategies and wildly different pace. As Stutzman clicks off at 31.7 his last time by. Jonathan Jennings in fourth with fresh tires underneath them. Clicked off a 29.53, over 2 seconds faster. Let's see how traffic's going to come into play here. Andrew Sancour also down pit road for his one scheduled stop of the evening. That's just going to leave Stutzman out on track on his original set of tires. Kevin Thompson in second. He came in on lap 10. And we'll be able to go a little while longer. But look at this. Here comes Stutzman down pit road. 44 laps into it. 71 machine has gained 11 positions on pit strategy. Thompson also going to come down pit road. So let's keep an eye out and see where Jonathan Jennings will be out on track. He should be your race leader if I'm looking at this right. Looks like Jennings has a little bit of traffic ahead of us. Number 4 of Matthew Powell, who tries to hop out of the way of the 91. Your new race leader, about to be race leader. There it is as it updates on live timing. That's going to be Jennings, Powell, Simpson, McMahon, your top 4. Waiting to see, it might be, yes, Matthew Norberg is going to slide up on into 5th. As that is Kevin Powell working through traffic. And he's got Hunter Simpson, the 33 machine, right behind him here. And we are back to good old racing. As Jennings, your race leader, has stretched a 3/4 of a second gap. Kevin Powell has Hunter Simpson 1/4 of a second back, trying to make something happen here. As the number 93 machine still looking relatively clean, not having too many big issues here. And we've got well less than 30 laps left to go. The field's starting to get a little bit strung out, but now different fuel and tire strategies in play. You're going to see some drivers going a lap down here, and then some able to come up the field a little bit faster. Keep an eye out on Kevin Thompson's number 21 machine. He's running 11. He came in arguably the latest, as well as Jeremiah Stutzman. Both came down pit road on lap 44, 6 laps later than the rest of the field. As Jennings hold on to the race lead, hasn't lost much, if any, time to Kevin Powell. Still maintaining about a 3/4 second advantage over the 93. Powell has Hunter Simpson tucked in right behind him. Looks like we also have a battle shaping up for 6th. Chris Leftwich, number 13 machine, is up 3 spots. He's being chased by Wilkerson, the 78, also up 3 positions. Your hard chargers out on track are Bill Gentry, Matthew Powell running 12th and 13th. They are both up 6 spots gained so far. 24 laps left to go here at Darlington. It looks like Wilkerson got a little bit loose, able to hold on to it. Looks up the inside line of Leftwich going into 1. And will take over the 6th place spot. That's 4 positions gained for the 78. As here comes Jeremiah Stutzman. He's got a little bit fresher tires than Leftwich. Leftwich came down pit road lap 29, Stutzman lap 44. But we might see those new tires come into play here. But we do have problems. Matthew Powell, the number 4 machine, finds himself down on what would be the apron. No caution coming out. Darlington considers that off the racing surface. Let's see what happened to the driver of that number 4 Chevrolet. Is it going to be a case of tagging the wall? Oh my goodness, yes, a very odd crash. Crumpling the front end there, almost like a slight angle to the safety barrier. And a very hard hit for Matthew Powell. He's going to come down pit road and most likely retire for the evening. 20 laps left to go. Christopher Leftwich also down pit road, the number 13 machine. Looks like Matthew Powell able to get to his pits. As we whittled it down now to 10 drivers on the lead lap. Kevin Powell, Hunter Simpson have a bit of a battle cycling back to Daniel Wilkerson. He's got Andrew St. Cyr and Jeremiah Stutzman in hot pursuit. St. Cyr's going to look to the inside line, the number 12 Ford Mustang. Looks like he'll be able to have it. And look at this. Here comes Stutzman. Going to follow suit as well. So just like that, Wilkerson's going to lose 2 spots with 18 to go. As up front, a battle for second. This is Kevin Powell fending off Hunter Simpson. Both drivers on a lap 38 strategy is for their last stop. Again, Kevin Powell, Hunter Simpson separated by less than a quarter of a second. And starting to hear more and more drivers dragging that outside wall. So let's see, can Powell in that 93 machine hold on to a second place while this is happening? Oh, I dare not pan away. It looks like Simpson has a big run here against Powell. Not quite anywhere to put it with 15 laps left to go. Are we going to see Simpson try and make a big move here as he's got a terrible connection issue rapidly blinking? Is Simpson, that 33, going to stay tucked in behind Powell's 93 and is a consistent third, maybe more important? I believe that was Adam Gardner going a lap down and the 56 Toyota Camry. Neither Powell or Simpson got too much of an advantage there with traffic as Jennings continues to stretch his legs up front, 1.1 seconds ahead. Another good battle out on track is Andrew St. Cyr, who has Jeremiah Stutzman right behind him. They've quickly gained about 4.5 seconds on Daniel Wilkerson, who's fallen back to 8th. And are we going to see the pink and black 71 make a move against St. Cyr? Now, while this is happening as well, the gap is closing to Jonathan Jennings, down to about a second between second and third place drivers Kevin Powell, Hunter Simpson. But I think if Kevin Powell, Hunter Simpson start to battle here in second, with 11 laps left to go, that's going to secure the victory for Jonathan Jennings. These second and third place drivers have to hope Jennings has some sort of bobble in the 91 machine, some sort of mistake, or maybe some misfortune with lap traffic. Otherwise, it's going to be a big ask to try and close that 1 second advantage that Jennings has up front. We are 10 laps left to go here at Darlington for the Darlington Throwback 100 live at the Doghouse Racing League. The Next Gen Cup Thursday Night Series sponsored by Shoney's. As the field stacking up slightly with traffic. 9 drivers on the lead lap. Looks like at this pace, Daniel Wilkerson in 9th should still be able to stay on the lead lap. And now the $1 million, the playoff question is, will we see a late race caution to throw a wrench in things? We've had several big names having to retire early. Matthew Powell, Tyler Millette, Joey Beck, Christopher Smith, all back in the virtual hauler. As Hunter Simpson staying right there with Powell. As Jennings stretches that gap to 1.1 seconds as your race leader. 8 laps left to go here at Darlington. Closest battle out on track is Kevin Powell, Hunter Simpson for second. They're about 3/10 apart. As well as Andrew St. Cyr and Jeremiah Stutzman. They're about 2/10 and closing fast from each other. We pan back to that battle for 6th. That's St. Cyr and number 12, Jeremiah Stutzman, the 71. And at this point in the race, at this point in the run, very, very tough for drivers to make any big lunges, to make anything happen here. Stutzman getting right on the back of that number 12 machine, but nowhere to go. Looking for any sort of opening, any sort of weakness out of St. Cyr, and St. Cyr's been very consistent. Despite that early mid-race terrible luck, the netcode almost careening the number 12 machine into the wall. The fact that he's still able to run 6 here with a relatively clean car with 6 laps left to go, quite an impressive feat. And Stutzman just nowhere to really put it here. Checking back in on second place, Kevin Powell. That's Hunter Simpson blinking the 33 machine right behind. As, oh, that's not what you want to see with a little bit of traffic right in the fray as well as Steven Bonamo. And the 87 trying to get a lap back, but things are about to go bad. Does he hold on to it? He does, chasing it around the track. Well done to Steven, that 87 Toyota. I thought for certain that was going to bring out a very late race caution, maybe force green white checker conditions. Three laps left to go. Jonathan Jennings out front by a second and a half. Kevin Powell as Hunter Simpson shadowing the 93 machine over the duration of the run. But Simpson, with, as you can obviously see, those connection issues, making it almost impossible to make a big pass. Two laps left to go. The battle for second still relatively heated. Jonathan Jennings has absolutely checked out front, almost 2 seconds ahead of the rest of the field. Will we see Simpson try and make a move, or does he know his connection is just too poor here tonight at Darlington to really risk too much? There's the number 13 machine of Chris Leftwich, kind of watching this party unfold. The white flag is out. And Jonathan Jennings just rocking and rolling here tonight. And here comes Jennings into turn 3 and 4 for the final time of the evening. Barring some sort of terrible misfortune. Here we go. Jonathan Jennings picks up the win here at Darlington. Kevin Powell brings home second. And Hunter Simpson will round out the top 3 tonight. So Jennings, definitely the dominant driver here this evening, not having any issues, any problems. As he's going to come down around, looks like Kevin Powell and Hunter Simpson will accompany him. And Jennings gonna put on a smoke show for the fans here tonight, as it looks like everybody's going to join the party. There's Kevin Powell, Hunter Simpson. But right now, the show all about the number 91 machine of Jennings. Well, the gang's all here. We're going to wait on Jennings, Powell, Simpson to make their way up to victory lane. So it looks like we've got Jennings waiting on Powell and Simpson. And let's get the party started here. Up first, we've got Hunter Simpson and the number 33 machine. Hard fought third. Looks like you're locked in right behind Powell over the duration of the run, but not sure if it was the connection issue or what the problem was, but it seemed like you were glued to the back of him over that last run.
Yeah, I was just trying to bring a good finish home for the team, and I probably could have tried to pass him, but that would have jeopardized the team, and I always put the team first, and that first win will come later on.
Well, very well said. Now, Hunter, I know it's tough as a driver sometimes to back out of it when you know you have those connection issues. At what point did you realize you were kind of blinking around, hopping in and out, and it was getting a little bit wild out there for you.
I always know I'm blinking. It's always been a problem for me, and I just try and do my best for the guys to try and stay out of the way and not jeopardize them any.
Well, very well said. Ran like a true professional. Hunter, a great run tonight. Still a good third, a good point tonight. Before I let you go, who do you want to give a shout to that helped make this evening possible for you?
I want to thank you guys for having the broadcast every week, along with Daniel setting up the league. He's a great owner and a great guy. All my teammates, John, Kevin, Matt, Corey, and Adam, amazing teammates, and I wouldn't be here without them.
Awesome. Hunter, congratulations on third tonight, and hope to see you with that continued success in the coming weeks, my friend.
You too. Thank you.
That was Hunter Simpson. Join us for third. Up next, we've got Kevin Powell, the number 93 machine. Kevin, it looked like for the most part, you spent a lot of time running a little bit defensive against Hunter, but other than that, clean air in front of you as Jennings had checked out early on in the run.
Yeah, it wasn't defensive. Hunter's my teammate. Jennings, my brother. We're running the same paint scheme as a throwback to our dad's race car. It wasn't defensive at all. We just tried to hold the top three, and Hunter was loose. I was loose. I told him if he was faster, he could take it, and he said he was comfortable right there. So we just wanted a good team finish, and we did it. We brought it home.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Can't complain about that. And Kevin, talking about loose, especially loose off conditions, what I was seeing up here in the booth tonight. How did you set the car up? Were you looking for long run speed? Were you expecting more of it a short run shootout? What were you expecting?
Honestly, we were looking, somewhere in between. Last year, I think the race went green flag all the way. So, we knew we needed the long run speed because it's very hard to pass here. But also, you got to have some short run speed too because it's hard to pass. So you need to get the position and you need to hold it because if you lose it, there's probably a chance. Chances are slim of you getting it back.
Well, hey, a great run out there for you and the team. A great second in that 93 machine. What's the plan for the rest of the playoffs? Any rounds you're particularly excited about, apprehensive about? What's the thoughts going into the remaining of the season?
I'm not sure. Our team's just been very dominant this season, so we're gonna keep continuing working on the car, and trying to improve every week. We also help out other people out in the league, but our main focus is the team. So we're gonna get in the playoffs, and when it comes down to the end, hopefully it'll be most of the team, and it'll be every man for himself at that point.
Awesome. Looking forward to a wild shootout. Kevin, always a pleasure talking to you. Before I let you go, celebrate with the rest of the hooligans. Who do you want to give a shout out to that made this evening possible for you?
Yeah, man, I want to give a shout out to Team Goon Squad for the broadcast each and every week. It's amazing to watch. You know, the next day, give a shout out to my team, Jonathan Jennings, Hunter Simpson, Matthew Powell, Adam Gardner, Jeremiah Stutzman. We all come together, build these fast cars. Daniel and all the admins for the league, and yeah, man, my family.
Kevin, always a great time talking to you, bud. A great run tonight, and hope to have you back up here in the coming weeks.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. That was Kevin Powell bringing it home in second. But up next, the man of the hour, Jonathan James, the number 91 machine. Definitely the dominant driver out here this evening. The one-stop strategy paid off well. And clean air in front of you for the most part of tonight.
Oh yeah, clean air helps. I really didn't mean to get into the 12 there. I don't. It looks like there's a little bit of net code, but it was definitely close.
Now, Jonathan, we talked to the rest of the teammates about how to set the car up. Most guys kind of plan it for long green flag runs. And we talked about it briefly in the broadcast, but what makes Darlington such a hard track when it's actively 8 lanes wide, but only a lane and a half that we see most guys racing on?
Well, you're really limited to space on the track, so getting through the 1 and 2 almost wide open is what you kind of want, but getting it to turn off 2 and get a good rotation in middle of 3 and 4, get a good run down the straightaways is the key to getting a good fast car.
Now, I know it's always kind of a gamble on how you set something up. Were you fairly happy with the setup came in over tonight's run, or were you feeling a little bit loose off, or is it just smooth sailing for you?
Oh no, It was on ice there for the second half of the run, so got some work to do to it for another league race coming up. So
Well, speaking of other races coming up in the future, we're getting ready to go to the playoffs. We've got Charlotte, Talladega, Bristol, Phoenix, a bunch of unique tracks we're going into for the chase. Any tracks you're particularly excited about or worried about?
worried about any of the plate tracks I'm not a fan of, but it is what it is. But more short tracks we run, the better.
Yep, definitely entertaining for me up in the booth as well as the fans. But Jennings came into tonight as the points leader. You'll be leaving as such in that 91 machine. So a great race. Looking forward to the playoffs coming up. And before I let you sign off and celebrate with the rest of the hooligans, who do you want to give a shout out to that made tonight's win possible for you?
You guys for the broadcast, Daniel and all the guys that puts this league together each week, and my teammates, of course. The teamwork's paying off.
Awesome. Jonathan, a great job as always, my friend. Always a pleasure calling your races, and hope to be back up here in the near future. Join you, and let's see what we can do in the chase, my friend.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, sir. That was Jonathan Jennings, your race winner here tonight at Darlington. Picking it up at the Darlington Throwback 100 here at the Doghouse Racing League. Great racing, great friends, and a whole lot of action. Whereas Jonathan Jennings bringing home the top spot. Kevin Powell finishing second, and Hunter Simpson rounds out the top three. As always, my name is James East on behalf of Team Goon Squad Broadcasting. Thank you all so much for tuning in, supporting the league, supporting the drivers, as well as supporting the broadcast, and I'll see you at the next one. Have a great night, everybody.